As global economies shift and policies like tariffs reshape trade dynamics, preparing for potential challenges has never been more crucial. Tariffs, which add taxes to imported goods to protect domestic industries, can make everyday items more expensive and sometimes scarce. While they encourage buying locally, not all products or raw materials are readily available domestically. This gap can lead to shortages, leaving consumers scrambling for essentials. Historically, tariffs have had significant impacts on economies. The Tariff of 1828 created economic strain, contributing to tensions that led to the Civil War. Similarly, the 1930 Smoot-Hawley Tariff worsened the Great Depression by stifling international trade. These lessons remind us that even well-intentioned policies can have unintended consequences. With January 20th, 2025 around the corner, there's growing concern about the availability and cost of certain items due to trade restrictions, supply chain disruptions, and economic uncertainty. By acting now, you can secure essential goods and avoid last-minute panic. In this video, we'll outline 10 critical items you should stock up on before the deadline to stay prepared and ensure your household remains resilient, no matter what changes lie ahead. Let's dive in and plan smartly for the future. 1. Essential food supplies. One of the most critical areas to prepare for before January 20th, 2025, is ensuring access to essential food supplies. With global reliance on imports for products such as bananas, avocados, coffee, cocoa, sugar, olive oil, and tropical fruits, potential disruptions in trade could significantly limit their availability. These goods, often shipped from across the world, may become increasingly scarce due to changes in trade policies, economic pressures, or logistical challenges. Stocking up on these imported essentials now will help mitigate expected shortages and ensure that you maintain access to the flavors and nutrients they provide. At the same time, domestic agricultural goods like corn, soybeans, wheat, rice, and nuts could see an unexpected surplus due to decreased exports caused by retaliatory tariffs from other nations. These staples may become more affordable and abundant locally, making them critical items to prioritize when preparing your pantry. Long-lasting and versatile, these domestic food items offer not only nutritional value, but also the opportunity to experiment with new recipes to diversify meals during times of limited variety. Another significant concern revolves around imported raw materials, particularly items like palm oil, which is a key ingredient in roughly half of all supermarket products. From packaged snacks to household essentials, the scarcity of palm oil could lead to a domino effect of disruptions in food production and processing. This makes it vital to consider purchasing shelf-stable goods and processed items that are palm oil dependent sooner rather than later. Investing in alternatives and exploring substitutes for these ingredients could also alleviate potential shortages in everyday recipes. The combined impact of reduced import accessibility and the strain on agricultural businesses could lead to increased grocery prices and a significant reduction in food variety. Financial challenges in the agricultural sector may further exacerbate the situation, creating challenges even in acquiring local produce. By diversifying your food supplies, purchasing pantry staples in bulk, and keeping an eye on nutritional balance, you can protect yourself from the looming uncertainties. Preparing now by prioritizing essential food supplies is a proactive step that will help ensure stability and resilience during potentially turbulent times. 2. Furniture and home goods. One of the key categories to prioritize before January 20th, 2025 is furniture and home goods. The U.S. furniture market is heavily reliant on imports, with the majority of products sourced from countries such as China and Southeast Asia. Domestic production only accounts for a small fraction of the market, approximately 4%. This dependency on imports exposes the industry to potential disruptions, which could significantly impact consumers in the near future. With ongoing discussions about trade policies and the potential for increased tariffs on goods imported from these regions, there is a growing risk that the cost of furniture and home goods may rise considerably. Items such as desks, chairs, beds, and other essential pieces could see substantial price hikes, making it challenging for many households to afford high-quality options. Furthermore, tariffs and other import-related regulations might lead to shortages in supply, exacerbating the issue by limiting availability altogether. For families, businesses, and individuals looking to furnish or upgrade their living or working spaces, this could create significant obstacles. The market for various home goods, including storage solutions, kitchenware, and decorative items, is equally vulnerable to these changes. For consumers planning to make significant purchases such as furnishing a new home, remodeling an office, or equipping a rental property, acting sooner rather than later is advisable. Stocking up on essential furniture and home goods now can help avoid the potential financial strain that may arise from price increases or diminished supply in early 2025. Additionally, as retailers respond to uncertainty in the market, expect possible supply chain delays, which could make it harder to obtain necessary items when demand spikes. By planning ahead and acquiring these goods in advance, you can ensure that your household or workspace remains well-equipped regardless of economic shifts or policy changes. This approach not only helps avoid inflated prices, but also prevents last-minute stress when shortages or delays occur. Ultimately, preparing for potential market disruptions by securing furniture and home goods in advance is a proactive way to safeguard against uncertainty. It is better to prioritize essential purchases now, rather than face limited options and increased costs in the future. Take advantage of current availability and pricing trends before changes take effect. 3. Lumber. Lumber is a critical resource that touches nearly every aspect of home construction and renovation, making it one of the top items to prioritize before January 20th, 2025. The U.S. heavily depends on Canada for its lumber supply, importing approximately 13.2 billion board feet annually to fulfill domestic demand. However, the implementation of tariffs and trade restrictions has the potential to significantly disrupt this steady supply chain. Such disruptions could trigger a cascade of consequences, including spiking lumber prices and considerable delays in construction processes. The economic impact of a restricted lumber supply is multifaceted. Higher costs of lumber would reverberate through the housing market, affecting new construction projects and renovations alike. Homebuyers may face higher prices for new homes due to increased building material costs, while homeowners undertaking renovations might encounter inflated budgets or extended timelines. For example, essential renovation projects for energy efficiency or structural safety could become prohibitively expensive for many individuals. Furthermore, businesses in the construction sector could see a slowdown in operations, leading to potential job losses in industries tied to housing development, contract labor, and related construction supply chains. Additionally, lumber shortages could affect other industries that rely on wood products, from furniture production to paper manufacturing. With diminished availability and increased competition for this vital material, families and businesses might struggle to source affordable and adequate lumber when needed. Given these risks, it is prudent to stock up on lumber before potential supply chain disruptions occur. If you are planning any construction or renovation projects in the near future, consider purchasing the necessary lumber now to lock in current prices and avoid future shortages. Even if you do not have an immediate need for lumber, acquiring a reasonable supply could be a wise investment as part of your preparedness strategy. Taking proactive steps regarding lumber is particularly important as the broader economic and geopolitical landscape grows more uncertain. By planning ahead and prioritizing the acquisition of essential resources like lumber, individuals and businesses can mitigate risks, maintain project timelines, and safeguard against rising costs. Whether you're planning a small home improvement project or managing a larger construction endeavor, consider lumber a key item on your list of essentials to secure before January 20th, 2025. 4. Pharmaceuticals. The pharmaceutical industry is heavily reliant on imported active pharmaceutical ingredients, APIs, which are essential for the production of medications. Currently, the United States sources approximately 72% of its APIs from foreign countries. The majority of these imports come from India, accounting for 48%, followed by China, which supplies around 13%. This substantial reliance on foreign suppliers leaves the U.S. pharmaceutical supply chain vulnerable to disruptions, particularly in the context of potential trade restrictions, tariffs, or geopolitical tensions. Given this dependency, it's prudent to consider potential disruptions that could lead to shortages of critical medications. Trade tariffs or strained international relations could drastically affect the availability and cost of APIs, which would, in turn, increase the price of widely used medicines. Such cost surges would not only place additional financial burdens on the healthcare system, but also pose significant challenges for individuals who rely on these medications for their health and well-being. The potential for supply chain interruptions warrants proactive measures to secure essential pharmaceuticals. Before January 20th, 2025, individuals and families should evaluate their current medical needs and ensure they have an adequate supply of essential medications. This includes prescription drugs, over-the-counter medications, and necessary supplements that support overall health. It is especially important for individuals with chronic conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, or asthma to prepare ahead by discussing with their healthcare providers the feasibility of obtaining an extended supply of their prescriptions. Additionally, creating a small emergency stockpile of over-the-counter medications like ibuprofen, acetaminophen, antacids, and allergy relief medicines can provide peace of mind in the event of temporary shortages. While stockpiling is important, it is also critical to store medications safely and monitor expiration dates to ensure effectiveness. Many medications have specific storage requirements, such as a cool and dry environment, to maintain their potency. Investing in proper storage solutions like pill cases or temperature-regulated containers can help extend the usability of your pharmaceutical stockpile. By understanding the challenges inherent in the pharmaceutical supply chain and taking steps to secure essential medications, individuals can mitigate the risks associated with potential disruptions. This foresight will not only safeguard health, but could also reduce stress during an uncertain period. 5. Large batteries. Large batteries are quickly emerging as one of the most crucial items to secure before January 20th, 2025. These batteries, essential for powering electric vehicles, EVs, renewable energy storage systems, and home backup power setups, rely heavily on materials that face growing geopolitical and supply chain risks. Key components, such as lithium, nickel, cobalt, manganese, and graphite, are predominantly imported, leaving manufacturers and consumers vulnerable to price spikes and shortages. China's dominance in the global supply chain amplifies this vulnerability. During Q2 2024, a staggering 82% of lithium-ion battery imports came from China. With increasing geopolitical tensions and economic uncertainties, this reliance poses a significant risk. Should disruptions to the battery material supply chain occur, higher costs and delays will have a domino effect, not only on the affordability of EVs and backup energy storage systems, but also on the broader transition to renewable energy. For example, companies like Tesla, heavily reliant on global lithium and associated supplies, are already feeling the strain. Any further tightening of the material supply could substantially increase the production cost of EVs and home batteries, translating to price hikes for consumers. Beyond personal use, the potential impact on energy security is monumental. Households relying on backup battery systems could face steep investment costs, reducing access to these critical solutions during extreme weather events or power outages. Meanwhile, the shift towards renewable energy, already dependent on battery storage to balance output, may slow down as costs rise, leaving consumers more exposed to rising grid electricity prices. To prepare for these uncertainties, purchasing large batteries sooner rather than later is a smart decision. Homeowners and EV enthusiasts should consider locking in prices now to mitigate the impact of future inflation or shortages. This is also an excellent opportunity to evaluate emerging alternatives and technologies, such as solid-state batteries or second-life batteries, which could offer cost-effective solutions in the long term. Given the key role large batteries play in energy independence and the increasing risks on the horizon, proactive preparation is essential. By securing this item well before January 2025, you can ensure both stability and sustainability in an unpredictable energy landscape. 6. Technology. Technology is an integral part of modern life, embedded in nearly everything we do, both personally and professionally. From smartphones and laptops to gaming consoles and smart home devices, it's hard to imagine any part of daily life untouched by technological innovations. However, with projections of potential changes to international trade policies by January 20th, 2025, now might be the best time to stock up on essential tech items. Tariffs, which are taxes imposed on imported goods, could significantly increase the cost of various electronics if enacted. Many popular devices are either manufactured entirely overseas or depend on imported components, meaning they are particularly vulnerable to tariff hikes. The possible rise in prices is likely to affect a wide range of items. Laptops, smartphones, and routers, which are crucial for remote work and education, may become substantially more expensive. Similarly, entertainment devices like smart TVs, gaming consoles, and sound systems could see a price surge, impacting consumers who rely on technology for leisure and relaxation. For businesses, the increased costs could extend to servers, networking equipment, and other tools essential for daily operations, leading to budget constraints and reduced efficiency. This ripple effect wouldn't just affect individuals purchasing tech for personal use, it would also hit industries that rely on these tools to maintain productivity and innovation. Given these circumstances, Acting sooner rather than later might save you a substantial amount of money in the short term. If you're planning to upgrade or replace any tech devices, it would be wise to purchase them before any price changes or supply chain issues come into play. For example, buying a newer laptop now ensures you have up-to-date hardware without the added financial burden of tariffs. Similarly, businesses may want to review their inventory needs and purchase necessary technology to avoid unexpected expenses down the road. Additionally, it's worth noting that higher costs could also lead to delays in adopting newer technologies, as consumers and businesses hold off on purchases. This could inadvertently lead to setbacks in staying current with advancements in features, performance, and security. Ultimately, technology is not just a luxury. It has become a necessity in virtually all facets of life. By planning ahead and acquiring essential tech before the potential cost increases, you can avoid the financial strain and continue to rely on these tools to stay connected, productive, and informed. 7. Machinery and vehicles. Machinery and vehicles form a crucial backbone of multiple sectors, ranging from construction and agriculture to automotive manufacturing. With increasing uncertainties and potential tariff impositions on imports, obtaining key machinery, vehicle components, and fully assembled vehicles before January 20th, 2025 is becoming a vital consideration. Industries across North America that heavily depend on these items may face significant cost implications if new trade restrictions or tariffs are introduced. One primary vulnerability lies in the automotive sector. Mexico, as a major manufacturing hub, produces nearly a quarter of vehicles distributed across North America, including the United States. Many U.S.-owned companies rely on their Mexican facilities to meet demand efficiently. The imposition of new tariffs could dramatically increase production and transportation costs of vehicles, causing disruptions in market availability. Consumers and businesses seeking personal or commercial vehicles would likely experience higher prices and delayed deliveries. To mitigate these potential challenges, purchasing vehicles or necessary automotive parts sooner rather than later could provide cost and supply stability. The dependency on industrial machinery represents another critical area of concern. Equipment used in construction, agriculture, and manufacturing often includes imported parts or is fully sourced internationally. These machines are essential for building infrastructure, producing goods, and maintaining food supply chains. Unanticipated restrictions on machinery imports may impact ongoing projects, delay timelines, and escalate operational expenses. Additionally, industries such as farming, which rely on timely equipment upgrades or replacements for planting and harvesting seasons, could be severely disrupted by shortages or increased costs. To avoid such difficulties, it is crucial for businesses and individuals to act proactively before any trade policies shift. Investing in essential vehicles, machinery, or replacement parts now can help avoid unforeseen price hikes or supply shortages. Furthermore, sectors like small-scale construction or farming, which might not have the same financial or logistical flexibility as larger corporations, will benefit from planning ahead and securing necessary assets. Ultimately, prioritizing the acquisition of machinery and vehicles ahead of January 20th, 2025, could ensure operational continuity, reduce risks associated with tariffs, and offer a semblance of financial predictability amidst an uncertain economic climate. By preparing in advance, individuals and businesses alike can shield themselves from impending market disruptions. 8. Plastics. Plastics play an integral role in our everyday lives, making them a critical item to consider stocking up on before January 20th, 2025. Their unparalleled versatility allows them to be utilized across a wide range of industries, including packaging, electronics, medical devices, toys, and automotive parts. This ubiquity creates a significant demand for plastic materials in both commercial and personal applications. Whether it's food storage containers, durable household products, or electronic casings, plastics form the foundation of countless essential goods. However, the U.S. heavily relies on imports to meet its plastic demands, with approximately $90 billion worth of plastic materials being imported annually. The major trade partners for these resources include China, Canada, and Germany. Any disruption in international trade, whether due to tariffs, political instability, or transportation issues, could severely impact the availability and cost of plastics in the domestic market. Additionally, raw material shortages or intermediate goods supply chain issues could compound such disruptions, potentially leading to heightened scarcity. The implications of tariff adjustments further highlight the importance of stocking plastics. Higher tariffs or trade restrictions can lead to increased production costs for goods that rely on plastic components. This, in turn, results in price spikes across various sectors, ranging from consumer electronics to basic household items. These cost increases could be especially noticeable in a scenario where geopolitical tensions or market fluctuations exacerbate the difficulty of acquiring imported plastics. Preparing ahead by securing essential plastic goods or raw materials could save considerable expenses in the long run. Furthermore, the durability and longevity of plastics make them ideal for long-term storage. From industrial-grade polymers to everyday plastic products, these materials can endure extended periods without degradation under proper storage conditions. For individuals planning ahead, securing vital plastic items, such as food storage solutions, medical supplies, construction materials, or even spare parts for vehicles and appliances, could prove invaluable. By prioritizing plastics as an essential category before January 20th, 2025, individuals and businesses alike can mitigate potential shortages or price increases while ensuring the continued availability of critical supplies. With their unparalleled functionality and widespread applications, plastics are not just a convenience, but a necessity in modern life, making strategic foresight in this area highly prudent. 9. Tires. Tires are an essential item to secure before January 20th, 2025. Due to potential supply chain disruptions and rising costs connected to global material shortages and tariffs. Tires consist of both natural and synthetic rubber, along with critical components such as carbon black, steel, and fabrics. Natural rubber is primarily sourced from Southeast Asia, while synthetic rubber is derived from petroleum, a resource subject to volatile market dynamics. Other critical materials, like fabrics and steel used in reinforcing tires, are often imported as well, making the production process highly reliant on global trade stability. Current challenges in the global supply chain underscore the importance of preparing early. Increased tariffs and geopolitical concerns may lead to shortages of vital materials, such as rubber and carbon black. These materials are not only integral to the production of new tires, but also difficult to replace once supplies become constrained. Any disruptions in supply chains could result in significant price hikes for tires, affecting both individuals and businesses. Consumers might be forced to spend more on tire replacements earlier than planned, potentially leaving vehicles in less than optimal condition during shortages. If you're considering purchasing new tires or replacing worn-out ones, now is the ideal time to act. Not only will getting them sooner help you avoid higher prices in the future, but it also ensures that your vehicle remains safe and reliable. Worn tires can be hazardous, especially in adverse driving conditions like rain or snow, where proper traction is vital. Investing in quality tires now can help maintain vehicle performance and safety while reducing long-term costs from potential price surges. Additionally, for those who rely heavily on their vehicles, such as delivery drivers or long-distance commuters, it's wise to consider stockpiling spare tires. Storing additional sets could provide a safety net against unforeseen circumstances, ensuring mobility even if tire prices soar or availability becomes limited. Proper storage conditions, such as cool, dry environments away from direct sunlight, can help preserve tires for extended periods. Being proactive about tire purchases offers peace of mind, cost savings, and the security of knowing your vehicle will remain road-ready no matter what challenges arise. Global uncertainties make securing essential items like tires a practical and forward-thinking decision. Prioritize this necessity to avoid the inconvenience and expense that unpreparedness might bring. 10. Other categories. When preparing for potential economic or supply chain disruptions, it's essential not to overlook several other critical categories of everyday items that could see price increases or shortages in the coming years. These include clothing, textiles, footwear, metals, and raw materials, as well as chemicals essential to various industries. Ensuring access to necessary goods in these sectors before January 20th, 2025 could save buyers from both financial strain and limited availability. Clothing, textiles, and footwear. This sector is heavily reliant on global imports, with limited domestic manufacturing in many regions. Essential items like jeans, winter coats, boots, and gloves are all vulnerable to price hikes due to rising manufacturing costs, increased shipping rates, and tariffs. To avoid significant expense when the need arises, it's wise to stock up on durable, high-quality clothing and footwear, particularly seasonal items for harsh weather conditions. Investing in long-lasting pieces now could also reduce dependency on fluctuating retail prices later. Metals and raw materials. Products such as steel, aluminum, and silicon play a foundational role in industries like construction, infrastructure, energy, and technology. With construction and renewable energy projects forecast to grow, the demand for these materials is expected to increase, potentially driving costs even higher. For individuals and businesses alike, acquiring essential tools, hardware, or construction supplies ahead of time could mitigate future budget constraints. Solar panels, which rely on silicon, are a particularly prudent investment for those considering sustainable energy sources for their homes or workplaces. Chemicals. From pharmaceuticals to agriculture and even cosmetics, chemical components are integral to numerous consumer goods. Any disruption to chemical production or shipping could directly impact the availability of medication, fertilizers, or even hygiene products. Preparing in advance by securing agricultural chemicals for home gardens, stockpiling necessary medication, and purchasing hygiene essentials can provide peace of mind during uncertain times. Carefully inspect expiration dates and storage requirements to ensure that items remain viable for the long term. Conclusion: planning ahead and securing essential items before January 20th, 2025 is a proactive approach to navigating potential economic and supply chain disruptions. From food and water to tires, clothing, and critical raw materials, each category underscores the importance of being prepared in an uncertain global landscape. Taking steps now to purchase durable goods, stockpile necessary supplies, and invest in strategic resources can save both money and stress in the long run. By thinking ahead, you ensure continued access to vital items, reduce vulnerability to rising costs, and promote overall stability for yourself and your family. Preparedness today is the key to resilience tomorrow.